to a 2-thread chain stitch. And this machine pretty much does it all for you. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to select my 2-thread chain stitch. Oops. Now I need to have you, let me show you. This is expert mode, but I can go to guided mode. Let me show you the difference. Guided mode will actually take you through each of the steps in a way that I personally find annoying, but I know a lot of people like it. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going back to expert mode because I need this checklist. This is a checklist that tells me what I need to do to make this machine do what I want it to do. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the foot. To do that, I'm going to take this foot off, and it's just you press the button in the back and it pops off. And I'm going to put on the chain stitch foot. And it just snaps on. Oops. There we go. So that's the first thing I did. The foot pressure is at 4. That doesn't change. I'm going to take this out of the way because I need to open up the doors. Both doors. I now need to drop my upper looper. But before I do that, I'm just going to cut these threads and I'm going to pull them through.
Does the chain foot come with the machine?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Just going to pull those threads out of the way because I need to put my upper looper, which is what this is, down. So to do that, I need to turn this little knob and then move the footprint, the hand wheel, and it drops itself down when I have this selected. I need to put my knife down, and I don't need to worry about my cutting width because there is no cutting. I need to make sure this is on overlock, and then I need to change this little piece, and it's just as easy as this. And you get it in the right direction. Just like that. I need to change that. And then I need to change my needles. That's easy. I just grab I need to take this needle out. I'm going to put it over here. And then I need to take this needle out. Tighten up those screws because I don't want them falling out. Now it's telling me I need to put my needle in the right cover. So that is this. I need to loosen up this screw. Make sure this is in the right direction, flat to the back. Put it in. Tighten it up. And that's all it is to change the needle. And your tools are right here, very handy for you. So I'll go through my checklist. I've changed my foot, I verified my foot pressure, I have disabled my upper looper, I have put my knife down, I have changed my cover, I have it on overlock, so I can hit the green check. Now I just need to thread the machine. And this is so easy peasy. So I'm going to take this thread off, because I need to put my thread in. And I'm going to follow the thread path for the chain and the cover stitch, which is this top one here, around here, and I'm going to the right cover stitch needle. And at this point, because I have gone through the tension wheels, I am going to drop my foot so I can have easier access to the needle. Then I'll raise it back up. And now I am going to go and I'm going to take my spaghetti and I'm going to put it through the chain looper, which means I need to close the air threading tubes, and I need to have a little length of thread here. And there it is. The chain looper is threaded. That is so amazing because A, this is a heavier thread, and B, I didn't have to use that nasty little wire that most air threaders have to use. This is so much better than every other machine on the market. I'm going to open that up because let me show you what happens. I can close this door, but if I have that my tubes closed, it will not let me close this door. And you can't sew with the doors open. You have a question?
We do have one question.
Okay.
Would you mind showing again how we got to that checklist screen?
Oh, yes. I went, and this is what comes up when you turn on the machine. I went to the cover, and then this is the 2 thread. And because I have it in expert mode and not guided mode, it gives me this checklist.
Perfect, thank you.
And then you hit the green check and it takes you to the sewing screen. So this is a very simple setup because it's done. Now this style of quilting that I have on here, this was inspired by Wendy Hill and her 1997 book called On the Surface. This is not a new technique. It is just new to, well, it's not even all that new to a serger. I did this on a serger piece in 2014. That's 9 years ago. All you have to be able to do is have a chain stitch. Now, not every serger does the chain stitch, but any chain stitch machine that has serger that has a chain stitch can do this. And what you have to remember is that the heavy thread is in the looper, not in the needle. So you have to work upside down and backwards. Easy peasy. So I have done, this is what I have started. I did this on my machine at home. I put the first color in, and normally I pin based, but I don't pin base when I do this. I use 505, the spray based. And I am going to now go and work from the back so that I can get that lovely, wonderful, heavy thread on the front. my way around. And because it's a serger, it can sew over air. Let me show you this a little closer. So this is the 2-thread chain stitch, and you can turn this into all kinds of wonderful couch threads. You can create your own embellishments this way. It is a wonderful, wonderful thread. So let me show you what it looks like on the front side. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do another. I'm going to go in the other direction. And you can't drop your feed dogs on a serger, so you have to just go with it.
Late joiners. What was the weight for the thread that's in the needle, and what's the weight for the one in the looper?
The needle thread is a 50 weight thread, and the looper is a 12 weight.
Gotcha.
And so you can see that's why I want the looper thread to show, because it's a heavier thread and it really is quite nice. And I tend to work in odd numbers so that it will kind of balance itself out. Now this is handy on a small piece. I am not sure I would do this on a large piece. Go in the other direction. That's okay. And I have to remember to work on the back side. Now I need to point out a couple other things on this machine. I haven't stopped in the middle, but I'm going to show you that it does have needle down. And so now I have selected needle down, and it also has the smart pedal. So I have total control. I can go stitch by stitch. So let me show you. I will do one more orange, and then I will change the color and show you the threading again. So if I want to control it, I can go one stitch or half a stitch, or I can, because I have the smart pedal, I have total control. I can go slower, and when I stop, because I have selected needle down, the machine will stop with the needle down, and I can just reposition my hands if I need to. Okay, I am now going to change my thread color again. Let me put this up here so you can see it next to the other one. And I'm going to raise up my needle using my smart pedal, and I am now going to change the color. So I'm just going to clip this and pull it out. Because it's so easy to rethread, I don't even worry about tying off and pulling through.
Do you have a knee lift?
I do. I don't have it set up on this machine, but it does come with a knee lift. So I'm redoing the needle thread. And you'll notice my foot is up when I go through the tension wheels. And now I will put it down because I need to have the foot out of my way. Raise it up and I put the thread underneath my foot. Now I'm going to do the looper, so I need to turn on my air threader and grab my looper thread. I'm going to pull out a little extra, make sure it goes through. And it's threaded, just like that. For any of you that have an older machine that does do the chain and the cover, it's not that simple. This is like amazing. So I'll open up my tubes. Okay, let me cut that a little shorter so I don't get it caught. Close up my doors. And now I'm going to go ahead and put in the next color. And if I need to stop, because I have needle down, I can stop and it's not going to go anywhere. It does actually have a thread cutter over here. I just like using my scissors. You know, there are some things, some habits you can't break. So let me go ahead and show you the thread cutter is over here, and then it will hold it. So let me talk about the finishing, because you don't want to watch me sew all day long, because I have another hour's worth of work on this, because I also did, you'll notice on the sample that I did horizontal work as well. And I did that all in white because I wanted to subdue the color a little bit, just to keep it a little quieter. But then to finish it, what I did is I went back to a 3-thread overlock stitch to secure all the edges, and then I just bound it like I would normally. So I am going to show you how I go back to a 4-thread stitch, because hopefully a few of you local people will come and visit us today between 11 and 4 for our charity sew-in. You get to test drive the sergers and make pillowcases. And I look forward to seeing some of you. But let me show you how easy it is to go back to your regular overlock thread. First I have to take this piece off and put, oops, I have to make sure I'm in the right direction. That goes there. I am going to raise up my needle. Oh, it won't do that because I have the doors closed. There we go. I have to change my foot again.
Sorry.
That's okay. And I'll put the regular foot on. Let me cut these. And just pull everything out. So it's completely unthreaded again. And I am now going to put my needle back, and I'm going to add a needle back in. And this is the handiest little tool because it has a way of holding my needle so it doesn't just fall. And then you have to make sure you tighten up that screw. And I'm going to put this back in the left needle place. Sometimes it's easier to drop the foot out of the way. Make sure the flat is to the back. Now I need to grab a needle for my right side. Okay, my needles are changed, and you'll notice they're not the same length, and that's okay. They're supposed to be like that. Don't panic. Now I'm going to thread the machine. And because it's an air threader, it makes no difference. You can thread it in any order. You know, in the older machines that were not air threaded, you had to go in a specific order. With an air threader, you don't. So let me close that. And I am going to grab this is my upper looper. Whoops, I need to have that foot up. I have the air threader turned on. Ah, okay. I forgot to raise up my, and this is why I need to go back and use my checklist. I have changed the foot. I know that's there. I have my cutting width. I need to bring up my knife. And then I need to bring up my let's open this up. I need to bring up my upper looper. You can't thread your upper looper if it's not in the right place. So now I'm going to, it will now thread. Just like that. And then I'm going to grab my lower looper. the foot. Now I can turn off my air threading and close the doors. And then grab my needle threads. The right needle. And this is the hardest part for me, is to thread the needle. Okay, that goes under the foot. One more thread. And you'll notice that everything is color coordinated, so that I don't have to guess where everything goes. It tells me. Make sure my knife is back up. Yes. Put the foot down. And I have stitch. It's that easy. This machine is absolutely amazing. So are there questions?
No. We have a few people who already have a lot of this information. You know, it's always good to have a refresher, but no, not too many questions.
Okay. Well, then I hope to see anybody that's local in about an hour and come and sew on this machine and play.
And help build some pillowcases for a good charity.
Yes.
And then also next week we'll be doing a store tour with me and Dudley.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll have we have our meeting with JAFTech CEO
Scott
Fortunoff. Yes, that's going to be on Wednesday, May 3rd. We'll have an all-day event for that. That is under our workshops and events tab on the website. Feel free to come sign up, hang out for a day with us and Scott. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some events. Judy's got all that information up there on the website. We also have the Creative Summit coming up
in middle of May.
In yeah, about the middle. Yeah, the 11th, 12th, and 13th and 14th, I believe, is the dates.
Yeah,
or
12th, 13th, 14th.
There we go. And so we have 4 teachers, including Judy, from all over the country. We have Liz Kettle flying in from Washington, and then Miss Williams coming from, I'm not sure where.
Isn't she California?
I believe so, yeah. So some great, well-known West Coast artists, and then our own homegrown Judy Gula and Gwen LaFleur as well. We still have a few spaces open in some of those classes, so feel free to check that out. Oh, and we do have one question.
Okay.
Now that the announcements are over, how did you make the knife move up and down?
Over on the side here, there is this adjustment. Get out of the way so you can get a picture of it. You can see it just literally, that's all you have to do. It's down, now it's up. Down.
Awesome.
Easy peasy.
All right. I think that's it. Anything else?
Nope. This is a fun project. It's easy, and anybody can do it as long as you have the right machine.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing everybody here to help us make some pillowcases for charity. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. And have a great weekend and be creative.
Yes, absolutely. Be creative.